Hi, Dagobert from Dagobert Tackle. Here's Stewie. How you going, Stuart?
Yeah, good, Dougie. How you going, mate?
Oh, mate, great. When we start talking about the report, which
100%.
is for this weekend, the 15th and 16th of April 2023. Okay, Stewie, what's happening, mate? Offshore.
Mate, it's happening. It's all happening. We've actually got a bit of half reasonable weather this week,
We
Dougie.
have, mate. Yeah, we have. So I checked the weather. I think tomorrow is around about 7 to 10 knots, supposedly, all day. And tomorrow night's actually really nice as well.
Yeah.
And then Sunday is about similar.
Yeah.
But it comes up a little bit windy in the afternoon, only about 8, 12 knots, that's it. So it's southeast tomorrow, swinging north on Sunday, or Saturday afternoon, Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Monday morning there's a ferocious southerly coming in pretty early. But I reckon the mackerel might be on the chew if you can get out Monday morning right before that blow comes through.
They normally bite just before a weather event like this coming, so...
Marlin too, everything, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't have about 2 hours a daylight before it cranks in at 25 knots. Okay, so we're going to talk about offshore, Stuart. So last weekend, mate, it was howling westerly, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was, mate. Yeah.
So it didn't allow us to do much bar fishing close for mac tuna and try for mackerel, that was about it.
Yeah.
And the odd snapper and a couple of wahoo caught as well, a couple of longtail, a couple of yellowfin. But there were acres and acres of schools of mac tuna.
Yeah.
One thing I want to emphasise, and I speak to the fishery guys, is a lot of guys still don't understand, particularly those people not local, of the green zone.
Yes.
So the green zone is very important. You don't fish in there, and there's a fisheries app which is called version 2, Fishing 2, I think it's called, and it's from the Queensland Fisheries, and it's actually live, so it doesn't work off. It can work off data, or it can just work off satellite.
Yeah.
And it shows you. We can look at in real time where you are anywhere at any time.
Like Google Maps for the water.
Correct, that's right. And you can see if you're in the green zone, on the edge of the green zone, or out of the green zone. So my suggestion is if you are going to go up straight away and north and have a crack for spotties and you see those massive schools of fish busting up, just check where you are before you throw a slug in.
Yeah, that's right. Well, even that day, a couple of weeks ago, we were up there and we just didn't know. We found a school, and Dougie said before you cast, we got to check. So we checked, and like we were up there all the time, Dougie. We were 50 metres in it. So we drove out and just found another school, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
But
there's more fish further on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just wary of that, because I reckon this weekend with you got high tide just before daylight, first 2 hours to run out at daylight, which is like the prime time for fishing. Yeah, it's a hot bite time this weekend, sort of 5 till 7 in the morning on Saturday and about 6 to 8 on Sunday. And I would definitely be looking for mackerel. Yeah, before that water gets too cold. Yeah. It's still 24, 25 degrees, so it's still up there, but just give it a bit of a crack.
Yeah.
Maybe have a trial for Spanish as well. But spotties, Stewie, what have we got? Make
spotties, mate. We've got. Well,
we've always got something new.
We just got a restock of the armour stuff, Dougie.
Yeah.
So these have been really popular.
Yeah. We ran out actually. They're back in.
They're back in. But we always hear, "Oh, have you got these ones? Have you got these ones?" There's always something that we might not have the exact same thing of, Dougie, but we've got them this time.
Yes.
So we just got a whole heap of lasers in, 25 through to 40 grams, Dougie.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yep. And these things smack them. Really good finish on them. Locally made and Australian made, and they're really good.
Very good. Been using those since I was a kid. And Stewie, so the other thing, obviously casting at spotties, you're looking for the bust ups, you're waiting for the fish to bring the bait to the top, and then they just go absolute bonkers on the top of the water. Mac tuna, longtail, spotties, little yellowfin, they're all mixed in together. It's pot luck what you pull out of it when you're casting your metals. Casting those on about 30-pound braids, Stuart.
Yeah, 30 pound with about 25 or 30-pound leader as well.
That's it, matey. And we also Stuart doing 2 at once. I'm going to go for 3 next time just to sort him out. We'll see how we go. And you're probably going to go 4 of these, Stuart.
Yeah, I'll go 4 or 5, mate. We'll see. I've got to have a leg up here somewhere. Yeah,
okay, you really have. I was one fish the other day. Hey, so guys, the other way of getting spotties is to trawl something like these little bad boys around. Obviously they kill the tuna as well. Actually they catch the tuna, I should say they kill the tuna. It's up to you guys to do that. But these fellows here, these are really good. We haven't had these for years. They're back in stock, old mates. Brent's going again, and good on him. Yeah, so really popular lures for trawling about 6 to 10 knots, 60 to 80 metres back. If you want to take the kids out and catch some little tuna, they are the gun. They're really, really good. And amongst those fish, just drop it back 60, 80, 100 metres back, long way back, and troll around the birds and the fish, and you'll catch them.
Yeah. Notice you got some bigger ones.
Yeah,
there
got some
too,
big ones. So last weekend there were a couple of wahoo caught, but just the weather didn't allow people to get out past about 50 metres. But these things.
A few caught, but
yeah, there's a few caught, and these are like that colour on your left, guys. Is the colour I did many years ago for these guys. Not saying it's called Doug's Revenge, but it's got a name like it. But these are really good. You trawl these at about 23 kilometres an hour if you're chasing wahoo, which is about sort of 12 knots or 13 knots, 12 knots. And you're up on the plane, you're just on the plane. It depends how you trim your boat. And they're back about sort of 80 metres back, so fairway back, so they don't catapult. Yep. And you want to run those at least 50 pound to get the impact of the strike at that speed so it doesn't snap. 30 pound line will nearly snap it. Yeah. But you're talking big wahoo. And the yellowfin and spotties and Spanish will take it as well. Okay. The other thing, Stewie, marlin around, mate?
Still a few marlin around. There's still heaps of bait, like as you were saying, Dougie, and a few guys that are trolling for mackerel, they're still catching marlin on the liveys and
bycatch,
stuff like that.
That's right,
bycatch, so.
And there's been a few guys chasing them on skirts now and getting a few actually. And we've just got a heap of bill mark back in, which are from Sydney. These bad boys here, they're really good. We've got a heap of pacoolas in as well, and also fat boys as well. So heap of little marlin lures because we've got a bit low on them. They're all back in stock as well. So we can rig it up for you to show you how to do it. But go chase marlin, that's another thing we do this weekend as well. But with the weather being really good, I'd maybe progress out a bit deeper, Stewie, and out the 50s if you're able to get out there that far. And I'll be having a crack at definitely at kingies with jigs. And definitely pearlies at jigs.
100%. Pearlies love jigs. We say it all the time, but like particularly not a heavy metal or like a fast jig. So not a long skinny one. It's more of that shorter, fatter style jig. So slow jigs, they're the way to go. Dougie, you've got one that looks like a yakka, mate.
Yeah, a little yakka, 100 grams, perfect size for pearlies using like P3 braid. And a slow pitch type setup, okay, and that's the way to do it. Very, very good.
Or bait fishing wise, Dougie?
Yeah, bait fishing wise.
Paternoster.
So there'll be snapper. The snapper always start out wider first, so because the water's cooler down deeper. Then as it gets colder, they progress in close on the reefs. By about sort of June, July, they're really thick on the close reefs, of course. But now they'll be out the deep water. So we get them out in like 250 metres when we're chasing flamies now. And just on the sort of rig like this type of thing here. We make these up in store. We ran out. We just got some more done up again this week. We've been busy at it. They are really good and really good on pearlies. So what we're talking about is pearlies in that sort of 120 to 150 metre mark. By hand or with electrics, either or. Give that a crack. Stewie, so we got mackerel, we got hopefully snapper, and the snapper may be in close too. There's been a few caught in close. Definitely wahoo. Definitely dolphin fish at the fad. So there was one guy I know that went out last week and a bit of a hero, I reckon, in that westerly, but fished the fads that they bagged out on dollies. They're around 85 centimetres, he said. So not really big, but not real small, not too bad.
Reasonable.
Yeah, reasonable. And that was at the 36 fads too, not the 50. So the 50 fads have been a bit bigger. But I thought that was not too bad a size for the 36s at this time of the year. And then you got bottom fishing. The current's about, as far as I can see on the chart, it's about 1 to 1.6 knots. So that's not too bad. Then out wider, you've got deep dropping, and you've got a few blue marlin I do think around, and maybe even the odd big yellowfin as well. And obviously big wahoo out wide too. And there's been some big dollies caught too. Yeah, like 20 kilo ones, 15 kilo. So give that a crack. And that's probably it for sure. A few crabs around, few Spanish. We didn't do much on the Spanish, but the Spanish are out there still. I'll be trolling deep divers
down
around.
Deep. Definitely.
That sort of thing.
So something that dives around 8 to 10 metres.
These two have caught so many fish this year, it's incredible. We sold so many, all the customers are catching fish on them. 6 knots, 40 minutes on the boat, 30 minutes on the boat, away you go.
I reckon the bottom one's probably caught more.
I'd like to
the old
debate
trout,
that.
Mate. But anyway, righto, we'll come inside, Dougie.
Okay. Before we do that, I just I give these a crack. These are a new jig out called Rubber. They're like a tied ball jig type thing. But on the pearlies, I reckon this is going to kill it.
They're going to smack it. Yeah, we've got them anywhere from about 60 grams up
to
and
about 115, I think, or 120.
They look the goods.
And they're pretty good value. And they're a Japanese company.
Yeah,
give that a go. Insides to a jumping pin. I went through a jumping pin bar. I think it was on Friday morning or
Saturday
morning was, yeah, and it was really good. And Monday morning we went back up the pin again chasing spotties, and the swell was like Hawaii. There was no chance of getting through it. But it was interesting to watch, and it was really good watching the guys doing surf-ins, tow-ins on the back of the jet skis there. But there were guys fishing for jewies right at the entrance of Swan Bay, out in the channel though, not in the Swan Bay.
Yep.
And I didn't have time to see what they were catching, but there was about 3 boats there having a crack at it. So there's been a few jewies around, as we know.
It has been, mate. Yeah.
So and that would be worth a look at, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give that a go. So jewies there, Flathead this weekend. Saturday morning's probably a bit early, but Saturday afternoon high tide's about 4 up the pin. Sunday morning's about 5:30 in the morning, high tide. So it might be worth a crack early Sunday morning along Kalinga Bank on that high tide first hour of the run out.
Yep.
For the flatties. Otherwise, you're going to get up on top of Gold Bank at that time in the morning as well.
Yep.
Or maybe any of those edges of
like
Crusoe.
Crusoe, yep. Over the lagoons.
There's a few good flatties been caught in that 70, high 70s. So,
yep.
And they got someone got one at 83 the other day. I think it was 82.
Okay.
It's good size too, but yeah, give that a go. Stu, you went prawning, mate?
I did, mate.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
in the morning on Tuesday.
That was a fluke, eh? Sorry.
That's absolutely smacked him. It was so good. I just cruised up there on Tuesday morning up around Macleay, and I stopped way up from the boats and got ready and all that stuff, and looked down at the sounder, and there was like 2 meters under me.
Spoon wasn't with
prawns everywhere. Well, I needed someone, mate. I bagged out quick, so I had a 10-litre bucket, which is about that size, 8 kilo, in 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
45 minutes, mate. Half a bucket in 2 casts.
Yeah, wow.
And then I just chipped away at the rest of it. We've got heaps of herring and stuff, so I had to do that. But really good.
I saw you had a good net of herring there, mate.
Yeah, I did, mate.
It was like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, but it's like 2 kilos of prawns on the top end, so that's all right,
That's
mate.
not too bad.
Worth it.
That's right.
Yeah, but there was only about 20 boats, but over the weekend I dare say there'd be a few more.
Yeah, I've heard
later in the day is better over the weekend. The tides are better.
Yesterday they smacked them about 3 o'clock in the afternoon at the high tide.
Yep.
And anywhere from sort of Russell, Jackson's down to the saltworks at Macleay, which is the western side of Macleay Island at the southern end of it.
Yeah.
In the deep there. So where you were in that area, Stuart. So anywhere along that area, that's like about a 3K stretch, all on that one big line. Just try and find the boats, throw in the net, or look around yourself and if you get a screenshot like Stewie's done a screenshot on his posting, where you see them really thick on the bottom, throw your net. Just make sure there's no rocks there though, guys, okay? Yeah. Really important. We do sell more nets, so. We just got a heap of Pro Throw nets in as well.
Yeah, we've got Pro Throw, the Wilson ones, Dougie, as well. They go pretty good.
And the Taxpo ones.
Seahorse.
Yeah, Seahorse, So we've got a massive range of cast nets, top pocket cast nets in 10, 12 foot, 9 foot even. And in all different stages of pricing. From cheap to expensive ones.
And I think the biggest thing is that I can never say enough is just buy 12 foot straight up. Like I've been casting a 12 foot since I was about 15, and you don't have to be the tallest guy in the world to throw a 12 footer, and a really bad cast with a 12 foot is still better than a perfect cast with an 8 or a 10 foot.
That's correct.
So, and they're not that much heavier. We'll show you how to throw it in the car park. It's not hard.
Builds up your deltoids too. Actually, I was throwing one of those when I was about 12, actually. So I'd throw that in. Okay, so a few whiting around Gold Bank. And a few whiting around, I'll be trying around Tipler's area as well, down towards the bedrooms area, that area there. You'll have to get yabbies at lunchtime though, so no good digging yabbies on the high tide in the morning when you get there first up.
Yeah, it's a big tide, yeah.
So do that. Other than that, a few salmon I see, threadies that is, up in the Logan area, sort of around the back of Russell there, western side of Russell. On the flats, so there's a few guys getting some good ones actually. We posted in the Facebook just recently today. So
still a few crabs up the Logan end too.
Yeah, there is.
It's like a minefield of crab pots up there at the moment.
That's correct. A few weeks ago they were really thick. There's still a few around though. Pimpama's been really good as well. And definitely worth a go back this way in the Coomera and Coomera. Not past the boundary though. No. So give that a go as well, guys. Overnight's obviously the best, Stuart. With this tide at the moment, high tide early morning, you can get up there early morning, put your pots right at the creek, and then pick them up the next morning on the high tide.
Hopefully no one checks them in between.
During the day they can't get up there, it's low tide. So unfortunately that's the way it is these days. But guys, just normal etiquette. Yeah, just don't check other people's pots, and there's a big fine for it too, by the way. Yeah. But if you incline that way and get caught, it's up to you guys.
Yeah. Dougie, a few squid around, mate?
Yeah, there are. So back down the Broadwater now. Stu, I see Clint's been getting a few, and he's always our telltale for getting squid when they're coming on. He's been getting them, actually not even fishing for the squid, he's getting them on ZX40s, which we've got downstairs there. Yep. Just bobbing down through the main channel of the Broadwater, both west and east side of the Broadwater of crab. Yeah. So when he starts to get a few squid on those, means there's squid jigs, you're going to get a couple, right?
You are.
Yeah, and with the tides being high early morning and late afternoon this weekend, I reckon you're going to get a few.
Yep.
And the water's just starting to clear up a bit. So.
Yeah, and it's just starting to cool down. So it's the start of it.
It's the start of it. So we've got so many squid jigs, all different types, different colours, different brands, whatever, all Japanese ones. We've got it all here. Yep. Help you out on that. Stewie, soft plastics, these ones here, mate. It's one of our favourites, the Tokiminos.
Tokimino, the hit shad. Yeah. Both of them, they've been working really good. A few flatties starting to kick around this southern Broadwater type end. So
both Stu and I like to use around a 2/0 1/6 in those. Yeah. And just cast them right on the edge of the bank as it's tides from low tide first starting to run in. Yeah. And just a little twitch and just take up the slack and a little twitch, very gentleman's fishing. They're on there. We go to lift it and they're on there. Yeah. It's very easy when they're around. So remember, first the running tide, first out. Like you're going to be at the bottom in the first hour of the running. Okay. Doesn't matter what time of the day, they'll be there.
I'll be there. Yeah. Yeah. And Dougie.
Jacks
and flatty trolling, mate.
Oh, flatty trolling's really good, yeah.
There's been, you catch a lot of flatties trolling for jacks, believe it or not, in the canals and stuff. But
yeah, they do.
Even out in the Broadwater, heaps of flatties trolling those edges. The top two lures, and then that bottom one, more of a, you can still troll for flatties, not too big.
Yeah, not too big.
It's more of a jack type sort of style.
Yeah, the Jester, they're Japanese made, they're really good. Yeah. By Jackson. The other one's a Dyer and also another Jackson lure as well. Yeah. But yeah, like flatter fisher, when you fish a flatter classic, if you're good at it and you get up in that top 10 teams, most of those guys will probably troll half the time that they're fishing the flatter classic. Yeah. So it's a big part of flatter fishing actually, but people don't realise it. Yeah. Yeah, they're very productive. Yeah. Yeah. Just troll the edge of the bank in about, we like around that sort of 5 to 8 feet. Yeah. Yeah, that's the secret side on the slope. Yeah. Yeah, give it a crack.
Yeah, and while we're out around that Broadwater end, there's been a few dewies and stuff in the seaway too. Yeah.
Yeah, you went out during the weeks too?
Yeah, mate, I fished 2 days this week. It was great. Fantastic. But I just got a little dewy on the north wall. Yeah. Right colour, wrong size. But it was one of those things. Dewies like a bit more run, and I was there quite early, so I like fishing with a bit more tide. But vibes have been working really good, and livey, so I just got mine on a live.
There's always guys vibing at the end of the north wall there, and they get some good jacks on those too, by the way. Yeah. And all the other stuff that comes with it. Whiting, so I had a couple of guys who went to the Range River during the week, and absolutely brained, and they got like 20 or 30 really good whiting in that 30 to 40 centimetre size. Yeah. One guy even took the yabbies up there and said he got 12 or something on the yabbies, so there must be a few out there, I think. I'll give them a crack Saturday night or Sunday night, whichever night or not at shore fishing for dewies, or the other way around. Anyhow, so give that a go. Whiting back of wave break, high tide, off the shoreline, I'd probably try, definitely, as we always say. But a customer went down there, we sent him down there, I don't know what day it was, on the weekend at Easter, and he got a few nice whiting just off the foreshore. Yeah. Between Bigger Creek and Charas there. Yeah, he was fishing at Lotus Creek, and I said, try up there, and he knows sinker, and what we do at the Abbeys, and he got some good fish. So it's always worth a go there. Otherwise, down the Spit, along the beach this weekend.
It should be pretty good along the beach. Smallish swell, light wind.
Correct. Yeah. So dart. You got a few dart the other day.
I got a few dart on the North Wall too.
Yeah. Good.
Loved it.
Dart and Ludwig. Okay, so they're good. Nothing wrong with the good fish. Give the dart a crack, gabbies and worms and pippies with a go off the beach, and maybe worth go for tail or just on dart. Yeah. Okay. And if you see any birds busting up and it's not too rough, have one of your rods rigged up with the metal on it, about a 60 grammer, and peg it out into the birds and spin it back. And you might get yourself a spotty mackerel. I see guys getting them off the beach up north for Bribey there at the moment. So it'll be the same down here. Just got to get the opportunity when they're in close.
Right place, right time.
Correct.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah, so freshwater, Stuart, what's happening out there, mate?
Mate, I haven't heard of a lot because the weather's been good, so everyone's been doing the saltwater stuff.
Yeah,
but
Lockie went out the other day.
Yeah, starting to cool down. There's still a fair few bass in all the rivers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They've had a bit of rain out west, so the rivers are quite a little bit dirtier. So I'd probably go dam fishing if I was going to go.
Yeah, I think Lockie said they went up the Nerang River or the Coomera, and they got some good bass, up to about 46, I think was the biggest. Yeah, in the wild country sort of stuff. So yeah, give the bass a go if you want to. That way, you want to go catch some freshwater fish.
Yeah.
As I said, hens good. Definitely, surface type lures early in the morning, late afternoon, and during the day, spinner baits and soft plastics. Yep. Give it a go. I saw a picture of a boat trailer without the hens. It was about a 21-foot boat. So you can go up there with your big boat. Don't worry, guys. As long as you're using electric and not using the outboard. There's no rule saying. There used to be a rule saying you couldn't have an outboard on the back, but now you don't have to have it. No. It's fine if you've got one on the back. Okay, give that a go. Anything else happening, Stuart?
I think that's about it, Doug.
Okay,
I think we've got it covered, mate.
Good. So next seminar, guys, in 2 weeks' time, on the 26th, I think it is, on Thursday night. The 27th might be, sorry, on Thursday night now, on jewfish. So we're going to teach you all about jewies, catch them in the seaway, catch them offshore on the reefs. Catch them off the rock wall, and baits as well as lures during the day as well, and slow pitch jigging. Yep. So all good. Okay, you can book him that one if you want. Otherwise, just don't forget. What are you going to say, Stu? Tell your mates.
You can tell your mates to check us out on Facebook or YouTube, and it's all pretty educational. So
yeah, very educational, and still, I'll try and get a bit around the water. A few people saying it's great to see us back out there fishing together again. We haven't had time. That's been the problem. Or Stewie's too scared to go fishing on certain species with me in case he gets done.
I'm ready.
Anyhow, we'll see how we go with that. I'll catch you next time, Dougie and Stuart, the team here at Douglas Tackle World at number 8 Centreview Drive, Bigger Waters, Spine Harbour Town. See you later. Bye. Thank you.